Welcome back to Sweet Tea Hot Topics with Rashika. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday thus far. I know I am. Do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. Now, today we are going to get right into it, honey. I am not wasting any time with the Friyay Tea. I waste no time on this Friday. So, we are going to be talking about, at the top of the hour, Kyle. I have been waiting, like I've been watching the things that have been coming out in the entertainment news and online, and I've been trying to do my research because I didn't want to get emotionally driven in or drawn in to this as I did with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, okay? Because I went down the rabbit hole with them. I was down deep in the shenanigans, and I kind of felt like I got played, okay? So this time, my friends, I wanted to hear it directly from the horse's mouth, okay? Kyle. So you know how we've been watching, the scenes where she was with the family and she was talking about how close they were and they would be able to make it through anything, okay? And then there were some other scenes that we have seen with her in a video, and things were coming out, rumors about she and this young woman. It's been so up and down to where it's kind of hard to figure out what's really going on. And so once we get attached to, what everybody is saying and posting, honey, it's really easy to be like, she did that. It's over between the two of them. But I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to actually hear it from the horse's mouth, okay? And when I did, I was floored. And I gotta tell you, Mauricio and Kyle, they've had me on literally a roller coaster, okay? Because when you see the video, you're literally like, oh shoot, she did that. How, he's cool with that. And typically people don't do stuff like that. And then up pops the whole freaking video, right? So there's this clip with Kyle, and she is saying to Mauricio that she wants to get some tattoos, and he's like, no, you're not getting any more tattoos and this sort of thing. And like they have this conversation about, and then she says something to the fact of like he doesn't remember how many tattoos she has because she asks him, and then he says like, I don't remember. And she's like, well, then you need to pay more attention to my body. So it kind of felt rehearsed. It kind of felt scripted to me. It kind of felt like Mauricio was trying to remember lines, and me being a person who has studied body language, a lot, it felt like he was, even his expressions didn't feel real. It felt like he was like, how like I talked to you guys about being on a talk show and each person kind of knows or have an idea what the other person is going to say. Well, they felt a little prepped. It felt to me like he was trying to remember when to pop in and say something that was a little bit, more intense, but his facial expressions weren't matching up with what he was saying. So I was thrown off. I was like, this is not real. So then I go on to Instagram, and everybody on there is saying the same thing I'm saying. This is not real. This is fake. This feels rehearsed, right? So literally, gotta tell you, I wouldn't lie to you, about 242 people in less than about 10 minutes had already came in on my post and was like, liking the post and responding like it's not real. And then you had a couple of people like, of course it is real. Didn't you see how she responded when she was like, you don't tell me what to do? So I was like, I don't know, but it didn't feel real, right? So I'm sitting back. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to post anything else. I'm going to continue to do my own research, meaning I'm going to watch, to hear, and listen this and hear this come out of Kyle or Mauricio's mouth. Okay? Bam. So then she gets the opportunity. Let me back up because I have to say this as I have said before. I don't like to see relationships break up, especially marriages that have gone through a lot, and have been where they've been together for a long time, okay? And especially when there are small children still in the home, okay? Honestly, I don't even know why they even decide to come out with some of this stuff. Now, look at here. Don't get all upset with me. I know it's a reality show. I get that. I do. I get all of that. But here's the thing. There are times when the cameras are not rolling. And I feel like there's some things that they should be able to work out behind closed doors. So that not everything is coming out on camera. Okay? So not everything is coming out on camera. So a part of me is like, maybe when Kyle was saying stuff like, and she had a little twinge in the voice, like, then maybe you should just be paying a little bit more attention to my body. And then when she said, oh, you don't tell me what to do, I will get another one if I want to. It seems like she was trying to walk us into like, friction. Something's going on. It was like she was trying to ease us into that. And I get it because I've learned in the past maybe like 5 to maybe 8 years, I've learned that being that my husband and I have been together for 27 years, we are like the couple that people look up to. And here's the deal, folks. I don't think when people are saying stuff like, oh my God, like, you guys are so inspiring and we've watched you guys grow and we just love how you guys do things and how you guys navigate with a family. Okay, when they're saying that, I don't think that they are really thinking and believing and understanding that we have the same issues and problems as everybody else. And when you have a family, it's tough to keep a relationship tight because you got kids graduating high school, kids graduating college, you got kids getting married and having their own children, and it's a lot because life becomes family when you get married and start having children, okay? So I don't think people really look at that side of it. They're just looking at everything on the outside, and maybe not considering what's going on. So I think that, here's my theory on this little bit. I think that the reason why that little scene felt so fake is simply because they're not used to putting the ugly out there. And we're not used to, as an audience, seeing the ugly. Like, we're not really like, we've seen them like, oh my God, you're so slow, or oh my gosh, hurry up, or why would you wear that? Okay, so we've seen all of that, right? We've seen that stuff, but we've never really seen like maybe like an ugly side or an icky side or an uncomfortable moment. Like, we as an audience hasn't seen that. And so maybe they were kind of awkward with putting that all out there. So it came across as fake. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't fake. That's what I want to tell myself now, that it wasn't fake. But they flop me back all the time. As I said earlier, they make me flip-flop with the whole on-off what's going on. Okay, so we're not going to give Kyle all of this time because Mauricio kind of threw a little bloop out there himself whenever the rumors started surfacing, because there were pictures of he and the Dancing with the Stars young lady partner, because they went to dinner and they were holding hands. Well, I love the fact that Mauricio came out and he was like, hold on, we're going to have to straighten this out. We got to talk about this thing, okay? He said, let me give y'all the tea. Because apparently y'all got the tea wrong. So what had happened was, we went to dinner, and prior to dinner, we were discussing how intense the Dancing with the Stars experience has been. And they love the idea that they've grown as friends and they support each other in this whole new experience. And so they just shared some affection, not lovingly and not romantically. But here's the deal with social media. They put stuff out there and then they add this little blurb to it. And then all of a sudden we're like, ooh, ooh. This is the reason why I don't like to get emotionally involved with stuff. I just like to be involved. Like, what's happening? What's going on? Oh, I saw that. Not, I know she didn't. Okay. Cause everybody does that. That's kind of how it went when the video came out. And maybe Kyle was just wanting to be in her best friend's video, as she said. And so when Andy Cohen asked Kyle on Watch What Happens Live about, because like he wasn't playing. Like Kyle sat down and Andy was like, let's go. Let's get into it. So I'm going to give you the floor. I want to know how you feel about the rumors. And also I want to know what you think about Mauricio and all of the pictures that have been coming out. Well, and he asked about the whole separation. Bam! She didn't waste any time disclosing that, yes, they are separated. So who was the one that brought this up? I was a little shocked whenever Kyle said I was the one who initiated it. So Kyle wanted the breakup. See, this is the reason why they make me flip, flop, flop, flop with them, okay? So Kyle wanted the breakup. And she also disclosed that, because Andy was like, so how are the sleeping arrangements? And so she discloses that she has a primary room. He has a primary room because that room is more masculine. And she decided to take the room upstairs because that room is more glamorous and pink and velvet. So that is the sleeping arrangements. I was like, oh, so this is real. This is really real. This is really real. It has now come from the horse's mouth that they are now separated. Now, I get it, honey. In Beverly Hills, they are in no hurry to be moving out. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's easier to just stay together in the same house under one roof. But my friends, I am rooting for Kyle and Mauricio. I do think that they have what it takes. I do, because when she was on Watch What Happens Live and, Andy was kind of inquiring about how is it with the family now? And Kyle goes on to mention that in the very beginning, it was really hard. And, the kids took it really hard and they literally spent time in the house and didn't even want to go outside. And it was just hard on them because it's a breakup, and their world is changing and, their norm is changing. And then she goes on to say that everybody is fine with it now. And they're very supportive of her now. And her children are now like her best friends. And I believe that whenever the family comes together in such a tough time, they kind of give strength to that relationship. So, I'm not a person who says, hey, just stay together and it doesn't matter what's happening. If the relationship is toxic, i.e., mental abuse, emotional abuse, or physical abuse, I say go. It's not even worth working it out. But if it's not, and your family is your support system, and I really believe that support system is kind of a little bit of a foundation to get things back on track, because you gotta think about it, friends. You gotta think about it. The children are kind of the basis of a family. So you're just a couple, okay? You're just a couple. And then once you start having kids, you become a family. And so when the family comes back together and they're tight, it kind of brings back what used to be. And it kind of opens your eyes to, this is who we are, this is what we have, and this is what we created. So I think we could finally get back to a place where it's just about us.